Okay, you know we're gonna have to go with some Arthur Rimbaud. Now, it's kind of annoying if you read about Arthur Rimbaud, right? Whatever relationship you have with Paul Verlaine, the way the guy is lauded by like Patti Smith, the punk thing and counterculture and everything. If you actually read about the guy and read his stuff, I don't see where that comes from. He was so transgressive. One of the themes I keep bringing up with the decadence, okay, is that regardless of what the imagery that's evoked, the emotions that are touched, the despair, or the sarcasm, or the ennui, or the pleasures that are indulged in, whatever they are, okay, none of these it never comes across as anything that's liberating. Okay, it comes off not only as a burden, it comes off as something that is a symptom of a dying time, of which there is no, you don't revive a corpse. Okay, no society that has civilization that has declined has ever been rejuvenated. Okay, in the middle of its decline, it has to hit rock bottom, right, and be renewed like anything else. But in the celebration of, let's say Arthur Rimbaud as this maverick, this and that you hear from some of these lefty types, from who are now like in their 70s. I don't get any of that. A season in hell, right? The time that he was carousing with Verlaine and in the nightlife of Paris and whatever. It was a season in hell, literally. I mean, the guy stopped writing poetry at 19 and went on to be like I think an overseas merchant, uh, and kind of a more exciting life, a kind of dangerous life out there. And I think he died of cancer. Yeah. But his poetry is very interesting in that a lot of it is already, like I mentioned, it's kind of like the free verse poetry. Anyway, we'll go over some two of the ones here, and I'll go over a small section of this because this is a huge ass thing. Okay, the sleeper in the valley. Okay, now I know it's like, oh, if there's any French person watching this, they're probably like, oh, it's a horrible. You have to read. It's like, listen, man, you gotta give us a break here. Okay, sleep in the valley. Okay. There's a green troll where a singing river clings crazily to tattered grass that gleams with silver, where from the proud mountain shivers sunlight and the valley foams with beams. A soldier, young, with open mouth, bare head, his neck is bathed in cool blue watercresses. On the high clouds he sleeps, stretched on the grass, and light rains on him, pale in his green bed. He sleeps, his feet in irises, his smile is like a sick child. As he naps awhile, nature cradle him snugly. He is cold. The fragrance wakens no quiver in his nostrils. Hand on his breast he sleeps in sunlight tranquil. In his right side there are two red holes. The beauty of it, the peace, and the fact that this is a dead soldier. The lice hunters. When the child's forehead, covered with the red torment, begs the dream swarm, vague and pale, two tall, gracious nuns come to his bed, with delicate hands and silvery fingernails. They seat the child by the open window, where blue atmosphere is bathing a flowery tangle. And as the dew settles on his mop of hair, dreadful and charming, the shrewd fingers ramble. He hears their timid breathing sing, whence lips, a vegetable rose nectar that by hisses is sometimes interrupted, as when lips suck back saliva or the desire for kisses. He hears the blinking of their black eyelashes, in the perfumed stillness, and as in a vice, royal nails electrically mashing to crackling death the gray and lazy lice. Then works in him the wine of idleness, the delirium of a mouth organ sigh, and the child feels under the slow caresses, welling and sinking an endless need to cry. Nice. I remember the popsicle. Any of you remember that? When they would go through your hair with the popsicle stick in school and make sure you didn't have lace. Anyway. So now, the season in hell, right? A huge, long essentially prose poem, broken up into things, different areas. Again, I mean, there's some there's some of this that I can't read, right? Because he uses certain words that can't be mentioned. So I'm just gonna focus on one little section here. I think this is. I'm not sure if this is part of a season in hell. It is. It's so like the supplementary poems. Usually you have the big, long poem, and then you have some supplemental ones. The Drunken Boat. I think that's his last one. That actually points to where he was going to go in his life. He's gonna retire from poetry and living a rock star life, getting shot by his by Paul Verlaine, his spurned. If that was even the case, I don't even know. But farewell. Autumn already. But why regret an eternal sun if we embarked on the discovery of divine light? Far from all those who fret over seasons. Autumn. Risen through the motionless mists, our boat turns towards the port of misery. The enormous city with fire and mud-stained sky. Ah, the putrid rags, the rain-soaked bread, drunkenness, the thousand loves that have crucified me. Will she never have done? Then that ghoul queen of a million dead souls and dead bodies, and which will be judged. I see myself again, skin rotten with mud and pest, worms in my armpits and in my hair, and in my heart much bigger worms, lying among strangers without age, without feeling. I might have died there. Unbearable evocation. I loathe poverty. And I dread winter because it is the season of comfort. Sometimes in the sky I see endless beaches covered with white nations full of joy. Above me a great golden ship waves its multicolored pennants in the breezes of the morning. I create all feats, all triumphs, all dramas. I tried to invent new flowers, new stars, new flesh, new tongues. I thought I was acquiring supernatural powers. Well, I must bury my imagination and my memories, and artists and storytellers' precious fame flung away. I, I who call myself angel or seer, exempt from all morality, I am returned to the soil with a duty to seek and rough reality to embrace. Peasant, am I mistaken? Would charity be the sister of death for me? At last I shall ask forgiveness for having fed on lies. And now let's go, but no friendly hand, and where to turn for help. Right? You can see that you know what I'm saying. You can see the decadent is seeking, uh, absolution. He's trying to escape the emptiness of it. Yes, the new hour is at least very severe, for I can say that victory is won. The gnashing of teeth, the hissings of fire, the pestilential sighs are abating. All the noisome memories are fading. My last regrets take to their heels. Envy of beggars, brigands of death's friends, the backward of all kinds, oh damned ones. What if I avenged myself? One must be absolutely modern. No hymns. Hold the ground gained. Arduous night, the dry blood smokes on my face, and I have nothing behind me but that horrible bush. Spiritual combat is as brutal as the battle of men, but the vision of justice is the pleasure of God alone. Meanwhile, this is the vigil. Welcome then all the influx of vigor and real tenderness, and in the dawn, armed with an ardent patience, we shall enter magnificent cities. Why talk of a friendly hand? My great advantage is that I can laugh at old lying loves and put to shame those deceitful couples. I saw the hell of women back there, and I shall be free to possess truth in one soul and one body. That's, I believe that was probably it for him writing poetry. So, that is Arthur Rimbaud.